Niaji Kenyans, I think this is Fanya Mambo Kinuthia as usual. There's something I want us to talk about. You have heard these liars from Kenya Kwanza telling you that the macroeconomic indicators are showing the economy has improved. This is nonsense. Let me break it down for you in a way that every Kenyan will understand. Number one, when the rains came, and they came by the way, the first thing that is usually affected by the rains is grass. So the grass grew. Na mvua haingezuia grass. Na Kenya Kwanza should not take advantage of saying that they helped the grass to grow. The fertilizer was never meant for grass. So what happened in 2 weeks, cows are not foolish. When they see there's a lot of grass, they start giving a lot of milk. So the supply of milk went high. And what happens when the supply is higher than demand? The price of milk went from 65 shillings a packet to around 54 shillings. I saw Kenya Kwanza people shouting and making noise and saying, oh, we've brought down the cost of milk. The number two thing that happened around that time, when people saw rain, they planted sukuma wiki. And before they even planted, kuna hii kitu inaitwa sijui seveve, terere, and then managu. Those ones were growing wildly all over. And so what do people do? They stop buying maharagwe, they stop buying sijui kamande, they stop buying all those cereals that they were using to substitute for grains during the difficult period that we did not have rains. So naturally, the price of cereals had to go down because terere has grown, sukuma wiki is available, and now you've seen people who are selling cabbages at 3 shillings. Why? Because the supply of cabbages and all sorts of greens became higher than the demand, and therefore the price had to go down. So do not let Kenya Kwanza come and tell you that they have contained the inflation and the prices of food. It is actually the farmer who is suffering because these things have gone down and the supply is higher than the demand. Let me explain it even deeper. You think this rain that was making grass to grow, ilichagua mahindi? No. Naturally, the maize started growing. And by the time of harvesting, almost every other farmer had maize in his farm. So again, the supply for maize again was higher than the demand. So what happened? The prices started coming down. Remember, this is also at a time when people have alternative. The cassava is out, the yams are out. The things that compete with maize are there. Even rice, the production of rice had gone high. So the things that compete with your kawaida unga were also high. And even unga was competing with itself because mahindi imekuwa mingi sana. So what happened? The cost of maize went down. And the cost of ugali had definitely had a way to go down. So let nobody from Kenya Kwanza come and tell you that they are taking credit, they have contained the food prices. Go and ask them how they contained the price of milk. It's the grass that grew, and then the cows had milk, and the milk was excess, and then the prices had to go down. So do not listen to these funny economic advisors when they tell you they've contained inflation. God just looked at us. He knew we have a horrible administration, and he knew he cannot expose us to a bad administration at the same time expose us to lack of food in our farms. And we thank the heavens for what they did for us. Asanteni wa Kenya, you don't need to be an economics master's holders for you to know that when grass grows, milk increases, and every other thing becomes lower in terms of pricing. Tutaongea next time wase.